Bonjour and welcome to La French Tech On Air, our European video podcast series on business and technology. My name is Delphine Bos. I'm the co-president of La French Tech Amsterdam, and I will be your host and moderator of this podcast episode. Today, we will speak about growth with Benedicte Guichard, co-founder and head of marketing at Cleeng. Benedict, welcome. We're very happy to have you today for this podcast on growth.
Thank you very much. Very happy to be your host today and to have the opportunity to speak about Cleeng. It's always a pleasure.
Maybe to start the podcast, it would be good to have a few words of introduction about yourself and about
Sure.
Cleeng.
So my name is Benedicte Guichard. I'm the head of marketing and co-founder at Cleeng, indeed. Before joining the company, I served as a brand manager at Essilor, a CAC 40 company, and I started my career back in the days in the 90s at Packard Bell. And this is where I met some of my partners in crimes still at Cleeng today. After this Packard Bell episode, I joined NEC, so a big Japanese corporation. So I've worked, I would say, in B2B and B2C company and in large and small organizations.
Let's talk about Cleeng now. Could you please tell us in a few words, in a nutshell, what Cleeng does?
Yeah, sure. So we started Cleeng with the three founders in the Netherlands 10 years ago, even 11 years ago, and we are still working, all of us there. So I guess we are having some fun. So Cleeng is a technical solution that our client, which are broadcaster or sports federations, I would say content owner. So they use our technical solution to manage their subscription services a la Netflix. So our clients, like you would say CBC in Canada, we work with Sinclair in the US, or even 80% of the sports industry. So they use our service this way. So let me take maybe a concrete example because it will be certainly a bit more understandable. So we work with a company that is called Broadway HD that has a full catalog of musicals on Broadway. And they have created, thanks to our technology, their subscription services, just like a Netflix. And how we concretely work with them is that we help enroll, I would say, their end user, the people that want to watch those musical. We collect the payment. We make sure that this recurring billing happens correctly. We collect the tax. We make sure that they can watch their content on any device. And we do, also manage the customer support if they are not happy and they want to complain or they want to get some support to access the platform, etc. So that's the first part of the activity that Cleeng supports, the management of the subscriber. And because we manage all those steps of the subscriber, I would say, journey, we collect a lot of data. Data about their engagement, are they watching, are they binge watching, do they reach out to the customer support to complain about, I don't know, the lack of content or the price, etc. So we collect a lot of data that is it's essential for our clients because they have, thanks to us, a better understanding of how their user are experiencing their services. So we provide a very comprehensive dashboard. Thanks to this data, we can identify potential clients or subscribers that are about to churn. And that's very important for those broadcasters nowadays, to understand and prevent churn.
Super interesting indeed. The way that data is made available to your customers to improve the connection to their subscriber. So we would like to talk about growth, what would be interesting is that you tell us how this growth journey has been for you at Cleeng over the past 11 years.
Well, our growth journey, I would say, was steady. So we had a comfortable double-digit growth every year. But since 2021, this growth rate is really accelerating. So to give you maybe a few numbers to illustrate this growth, so we grew from 50, I would say, broadcaster in 2014, and now we have 300. If we look back at the end user, I would say, database that we have collected, it took us 9 years to achieve 15 million end user. And now, in just 2 years, we passed the 20 million. So this gives you a sense of, again, the growth that we are experiencing. And yes, we do 60% of our business in North America. And really the growth is accelerating lately.
How do you explain this growth? Is there any technology solutions in the background that is triggering the growth? Is it something else? What about your technology?
Well, there is different, I would say, growth drivers. And the first one I would like to mention, which is not exactly linked to us, but it's linked to the industry we are operating in, is that this subscription economy is truly booming. I'm sure that you have noticed yourself that every 6 months there is a new Disney Plus, a new Amazon Prime, a new Hulu that is launching. So the number of subscription services is really growing, and that's a good thing to be in this industry for sure. The second factor, this is what I was mentioning a bit before, is that the churn and more importantly the retention of their subscriber is the number one challenge for this industry. There is such a competition, and I think that in average, per family, they have an average of 4 subscription services. So you cannot, multiply as a family, multiply the number of services that you are subscribing to. So this is why it's so important once you have acquired a subscriber to keep it. And this is really, I would say, a solution that we help our broadcaster and client to solve. So that's a very good moment to be in this industry. The third factor is definitely the technology. So we are a SaaS, and a SaaS is a very much a plug and play or turnkey solution. So it's very easy to integrate our solution and to deploy it. So if you are a small company, or if you are even a large company, you can launch your service within days or weeks. So, which is quite impressive, of course. And for us, it's very easy to scale because at the end of the day, all our clients are using the same technology. So we don't need to spend hours on developing, some custom features or whatever. So they use just the technology that we provide. We obviously bring innovation on a recurring basis, but at the end of the day, they all use the same. So this is how we're going to scale massively. And the last point, I would say that at the end of the day, we have a good product, we have a good reputation, we have a good pricing. So overall, our value proposition is certainly one of the best in our market, and therefore this will further accelerate our growth.
Maybe one additional question about the international team you have working from different locations. Can you explain a little bit the choices that you have made to build that international team?
Yeah, totally. So we have 70 people today across those 3 different continents. So we have a bit of a small team actually in the North America, where we still operate more than 60% of our total revenue. We have, of course, some teams in Europe, mainly in Amsterdam and in Poland. And we have also a large team in Asia, in the Philippines.
So very international team working together.
I was trying to make a quick count of the nationality, and I think we reach 12 or 13 different nationality within the same company, which is
impressive. Yeah, that's great. So if you look back at your growth journey and would have the opportunity to give an advice to you starting this company, or if you would give an advice to a young entrepreneur that is about to start the same type of company, what would that be?
Well, I would be very honest, and I would say that this journey is not an easy one. So brace yourself, because you're gonna need to be resilient. You will have definitely some lows and highs. There's no doubt about that. I mean, the success does not happen overnight. Well, at least I wish you to be successful very quickly, but I would say that from sharing some experience with other entrepreneurs, usually it takes a bit of time. But at the end of the day, it's very rewarding. We just for you to know, we just this week signed a major deal with a massive sports brand in the USA that I cannot still share for now. But it's such a moment of joy and pride that we have felt this week, that it was really worth 11 years of super hard work, and, a bit of this roller coaster role. But yeah, so sometimes it's just too good. And maybe to add more of that, because I asked my other, I would say, colleagues about these questions, and Gilles, our CEO, had a good remark that might be handy for a new entrepreneur, is that he really would advise them to spend time with clients and prospect to understand their problem, their need, the challenges, and to make sure that they come up with the best solution to solve those problems, and to spend less time with investors and chasing, funds and money, but, build a good solution that will solve a major issue, and then the growth and the success should be there.
Clients first. This is a very wise advice from Gilles, indeed. So, last question, Benedict, of the podcast. You have chosen to establish your company here in the Netherlands. You've been thriving in the Dutch business environment. How supportive was this for you guys and for your growth?
Well, it was, I would say, an easy decision, because at the end of the day, we could, start the business wherever we wanted. We were already, I would say, in Amsterdam, and we decided to stay because there is really no bureaucratic hurdles. Everything is, very well integrated between, the Chamber of Commerce, the tax authority. They are quite, practical people, where you can have, a dialogue when, being French, sometimes you feel like you fear the administration, you feel the tax authorities, so you don't want to deal with them. But here it's very easy, so you can have a dialogue. They are supportive, definitely. And there is a good mindset, I would say, overall from the Dutch community, that have, a long history of traders and doing a lot of, I would say, business worldwide. So yeah, there is definitely a supportive, I would say, environment for any people that wants to start their business in the Netherlands. And I would say that don't worry if you don't speak Dutch, because I've been surviving 15 years in this country and, building my business without speaking a word of Dutch. So there is hope. Maybe there is one last aspect that I would like to mention, and it's really much linked to this opportunity of dialogue today, is that in Holland we had a good community of entrepreneur and startup starting with the French Tech, obviously, and it's very important to have this type of community in your environment, because this is the best way, I mean, to meet with your peers, with other entrepreneurs, and to realize that your journey is like their journey. So it's not you doing silly mistakes or taking back decision. No, at the end of the day, everybody has this roller coaster, this high and lows, this good moment and this difficult moment, and it's very important to share that and to realize that everybody has I would say the same trouble, and it's very much the nature of entrepreneurship, I would say.
Well, thank you, Benedict. This is great to hear. This is also a good reason for us to continue to be active in the community and to bring the community together. Thank you for your participation today. Great story. Thank you everyone for being with us. This is the end of the show, Benedict.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. It was really a pleasure, to share some success of the company and share my experience. So thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. And the session is available on video on YouTube, and for the audio only, it's on all the podcast platforms. You can follow us on LinkedIn and on YouTube to be updated about the next episode. À bientôt!